and welcome back to The Oily Life. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and on this channel I like to share all things natural living, so natural DIYs, essential oils, just clean living, and also some glimpses into how I make products and how I run my natural bath and body business, which is called The Oily Life. So today we're doing a melt and pour soap project. Perfect if you're newer to soap making or if you're someone who doesn't really have the space or the time to put into making cold process soap. So this one is a summery melt and pour soap. It's beach themed, so we're going to be doing some ocean water and a layer of sand. So really cool soap, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let's go make some soap. Alright, so we are going to be making a beach-themed melt and pour soap today. Super simple, great for beginners, plus just a fun little project for summer. So in my container here, I have 8 ounces of goat milk melt and pour. You could use any white melt and pour base. And along with that, I have a little bit of a shimmering gold color block in there. So this is going to be our sand layer, so we're going to melt this down in 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. And now we're just going to give it a stir to incorporate the color block a little better and just finish melting the rest of the chunks that are in there. We don't want to heat this too much because this is going to be the bottom layer of the soap. So we will be putting more soap on top of it. So we need this to cool down before we'll be able to do that. So it's best not to get it super hot in the first place, otherwise you're going to be waiting forever. Or if you're like me and don't have patience, then you're going to end up pouring your other layer too soon because you couldn't wait for this layer to cool down, and then, you know, that just kind of ruins the look we're going for. So best not to get it super hot in the first place, just enough to get it melted. All right, and that looks good there. It's kind of just a pale gold color right now. And then we're gonna add in our essential oils, which I'm doing rosemary and eucalyptus, kind of beachy and spa-like. Now these essential oils have pretty low usage rates. So we're just doing 1.5% for the usage rates. And then now, to give it the sand texture, we're gonna add in a tablespoon of walnut shells. And if you didn't want to do walnut shells, you could also do apricot seed powder. That would work really well. Colloidal oats would give it some texture too, so you could do that. But I like the walnut shell look. And you can see it's just really nice, sandy kind of texture. You just want to stir that till they start to kind of suspend in the melt and pour soap. Now, are you a beachy kind of person, or are you more of a pool person? I love the ocean. I love hearing the sound of it and walking on the sand. I like to get in the ocean, but only up to about my knees because, you know, there's creepy crawly things out there, so that's about as much as I like to go. But I do love just the whole sound and vibe of the beach. I don't live anywhere near a beach. I am in Kentucky, but we've been to Florida quite a few times, and it is one of my favorite places to go on vacation. All right, I think that's good there. So now we're just going to get our mold up here, and we're going to make 4 bars, and we're going to fill each of these cavities about halfway. And then some of the walnut shell may sink to the bottom. That's perfectly okay. Not a big deal at all. This is such a bright, fresh, clean scent. It's really nice. Actually, I think we might get 5 out of this. We'll see. Nope, it's gonna be 4. Alright, so we're just gonna let this set up now until it is lightly, a little firm to the touch. It doesn't have to be completely hard, but you do want to be able to touch it without breaking through. And then once we're at that point, we'll go ahead and get our water layer prepared. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start our next layer. So in this container, I have 6 ounces of a suspension clear base with a blue color block. And in this one, I have 2 more ounces of goat milk base with some rainforest green mica. So I'm going to go ahead and get those melted. Alright, and then I'm just going to add the rest of my essential oil mix to our blue here. We're going to give that a stir. Such a pretty color. I think we got all the chunks out there. Now we're gonna stir up our green. All right. So we got that mixed up there. Blue is looking good. We're gonna let these cool off slightly, and then we're gonna pour them on top of our sand layer. And as you can see, you can lightly touch them with no issues. So we're good on this end. All right, we're gonna pour this really slow, kind of let it just flood over. A little bit at a time. Now we're gonna pour some of the green in. It's got a little bit of a skin though, so get that worked back in. And then we're gonna go back with the blue on top. All right, so we're gonna let these set up for 2 to 4 hours, and then once they're completely hard, we'll come back and unmold them. All right, so we are back to unmold. I think they turned out super cute. So some of them have more of a wavy texture on top, and I kind of like that, and like how the green is just poking through a little bit. And then you can see the sand layer. So just a cute little beachy summery bar. If you didn't want the wavy texture on top, you could hit it with a heat gun if you needed to. But yeah. And I think using the suspension base in the top wasn't probably necessary. If you wanted the green to mix more throughout, then I would say don't use a suspension base, just use the clear and the regular melt and pour, you know, like the goat's milk base and the just regular clear. And I think it might mix together a little better, but overall, pretty happy with how these turned out. And even though this had a lower usage rate, just like I said, I only used 1.5% for this amount of soap, the scent's still really strong. So you still really get the rosemary and the eucalyptus. You probably could even go to like a 1% usage rate if you like a little lighter scent. But yeah, just a fun little project. This is one you can do with your kids. It'd also make a great gift. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.